Hello friends, Claire Daly, Stampin Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Lovely to see you today. It's Monday morning here in Melbourne, and today I wanted to show you some cards that we'll be making. So this is a live card class where I'll be making 5 cards live, and the product we're using today is the A Little Bit Festive kit, which is in the 2024 September to December mini catalogue, and it's only $17.50. So what I'm making today I only made with a quarter of the kit, and I'll explain that as we get on in the video. So it's really great value, and it's really great to just add your own sentiments, or if you've got the ephemera sentiments, you can add those to make really quick and easy Christmas cards. So I'll show you quickly the cards we'll be making. We've got this one here, this one here, this one here, this cute little teddy bear one, and this Christmas tree. Who doesn't love a Christmas tree? So yeah, this is a completely free class. Just want to start from start to finish. I'll make all the products. Down below you'll find all the information about how to purchase the products in Australia, also the best coordinating cardstock colours, and I'll call them out in the video as well, and all the information that you need. So I really hope you enjoy this card making class, and you know, you can play along, stop and start the video. But if you're in Australia, $17.50 plus postage will get you the kit to make 4. So I only made those 5 cards with a quarter of the pack, as I said, so you could make tons and tons of cards with that. So $17.50 plus $6.95 postage anywhere in Australia. I'll pop the link down below if you would like to purchase that. Yeah, you can get really quick and easy options for your Christmas cards, which is what today's video is all about. So the Little Bit Festive paper is on page 18 in the mini catalogue, September to December 24 mini catalogue, and it's a packet of, you get 6 sheets of the pattern paper, and then you get 3 sheets of die cuts. Now what I'm showing you here is 1/4 of that, because my Stampin' Up team, Art with Heart team, we do product shares when the catalogue comes out, so team members can get a little bit of everything if they want to do that. And so I went in one of the shares and I've got 1/4. That's why mine are 6 by 6. So the actual, if you're buying it, so the whole pack is $17.50, and you get 6 12 by 12 sheets of designer series paper, and you actually get 3 full 12 by 12 sheets of the die cuts. So it's really, really good value, and there's some amazing things in there. So that's what I want to show you, how you can make some cards with that today. So there's lots of ideas of what to do with these products already in the catalogue. So as well as the samples that you'll see, you also, here on page 16, there's 20 different ideas of how you can use, just as ways you can put these cards together. And then look at all of these sample ideas here. So really fantastic, quick and easy options. You've got everything that you need, inexpensive, and you also, which is the best thing about Stampin' Up products, is you also know, by looking at the products online, you can tell all of the coordinating cardstock colours, so that you're going to get that great result that you want with everything totally coordinated. That's what we love about Stampin' Up, right? Now, I've already gone through and decided which ones I like the look of, which ones sort of I think I'm going to be using. I already know that I'm going to be using this next to one of the little cute houses from Humble Home, so I'm going to use that one later. I'm not sure about that one. I've got an eye for that one, but these ones I liked how they coordinated. Yeah, how they coordinated already with some of the papers. So that's why I've popped them there, because I'll be using these 5 cards at least. I'm going to be using these papers somehow with them, and then I will be doing some extra things with these ones as well. With some of these, probably those 3 bits there. So let's get started, shall we? I think the first one I might do is this one here. pop these aside. So I think what I'm going to do is make both of these ones with the round wreaths. I think I'm going to make those square cards. So I think I will go for a 14 centimetre square card, because I know that it's easy to get envelopes for that. So that means I need to start with a 14 centimetre square card. So it'll be 14 this way and will be 28 this way. So these first cards that I do, all you're going to need for that is that $17.50 pack. And honestly, you're going to be able to make heaps of things with that. So yeah, you don't need much more than that. In fact, yeah, I think it's just such great value if you want to make your Christmas cards, because most people have got Christmas sentiments they can use anyway, and so you could stamp those and use for your sentiments. But you've got the great papers, and you've got the great die cuts, and you can use those. Okay, so make sure that's actually line. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 13.7 by 13.7. So we'll do that with this one. It's got garden green trees on it. It's got a nice red pattern on the back there. Okay, and then this bit in the middle, I need to make sure that it's going to be wide enough for that. So let's just measure that. That one is, I think if we do 10.5 centimeters, that's going to be perfect. So we need a basic white piece, ten and a half centimeters. So 10.5 by 10.5. Okay, let's just check it's going to fit. It is. Now the other thing I want to do for to carry on my design is I want to put some real red around the outside as a mat on this one. So just give me one tick while I grab that. Now because that was 10.5, adding on that 3 mil, so I need to make this one 10.8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Five, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I've got my piece that I'm going to use as the mat. So let's, actually what I might do for a bit of interest on this is I might actually pop this through an embossing folder, and I've got the Forever Played embossing folder here, so I'm just going to pop that through in the embossing folder. Now I don't have my Stampin' Cutting machine set up here, so I'm just going to pop over to my back desk to do that. Okay, so I have got my embossed piece, and I'm just going to adhere that. So we've got that adhered, and then I want to pop the lights wreath. I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals to give it a bit more height. Okay, so we've got that. Pop that up, and I'm also going to adhere at this stage my designer series paper. So with this little piece here that we cut off, what we can do is we can use that in the center. We can pop that either on either side there, the bit that we put to include your own sentiment. We can use that there, so I'll show you in a tick with that. So then I want to pop this one on as well, so I think I might do it like so, and then I might pop my, no, I might do it like that and then pop my greeting up there. So I think I'll put it, the bit that's going to be on the wreath, I'll just connect, I will just around the outside here, I'm just going to do with Stampin' Seal, but then the bit that's going to be sticking out, I'm just going to pop a dimensional on that, just so that it gives, yeah, that's fine, just so that it's the same height there. So we'll pop that on, and I think I will just stick that to the card because we don't want things to be, oh no, I think I might add it with dimensionals. Big decisions. So if I've only got a bigger piece like this, it's important to put a couple of bits of the dimensionals in the middle, otherwise the middle sort of sinks down a little bit. Pop up in there for my dimensional bits, but no doubt I'll find them everywhere. It's a nice post-rainy day here in Melbourne today. Yesterday in Melbourne we had it absolutely bucketed down. We had about 40 mils, but a lot of that fell in like half an hour while I was down the post office, may I add. So I'd gone in to post some card kits and some of my class kits, and the ones that I didn't know how much postage was going to be, I did those over the counter, but for the others I purchased stamps. I thought I'll just sit in the car and pop the stamps on those. So I sat in the car, and that's when the absolute bucketing rain started. So I couldn't actually get back into the post office because it was raining so hard, and there was absolutely no chance it was going to stop anytime soon. And the other problem is that where I live, the intersection between the post office, the roundabout, in between the post office and my house is notorious for flooding whenever there's a sudden downpour. So I knew that I was going to really have trouble. So I thought, I've got to leave now. I can't wait to go in the post office, otherwise I'm not going to get home for ages. So it was only like 2 kilometres away, but I knew this roundabout was going to be a problem. So anyway, it was a problem, but hadn't quite got too far that I couldn't get through it. So I just got home, and I had to post those ones today. I finally got the stamps on them, and Happy took them down today for me because it was bucketing down. So yes, so today is one of those lovely days after the rain when everything's green and lush and beautifully watered. So it's looking lovely out there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the sentiments out of the, that's quite nice actually, I might use that one, nice bright one, out of the Joyful Sayings, the ephemera. So there's either one of the red ones here, Sending Cheer, or 'Tis the Season. I think I like that one, 'Tis the Season. So I'm going to use that. We'll pop that. Pop that probably about there. And then the other thing I'm going to do is add some of the druzy embellishments. These have been my favourite embellishment this year to use on Christmas cards. Did you know druzy means crystals hanging from the roof or crystals projecting from something? So, yeah, and it's just pretty much just sums them up. They're beautifully, beautiful shine on them, and they've got these gorgeous sort of crystally bits that jut up. So I think I might do, I'm trying to think the best place to put them. I feel like I need to put one there. I think I might just pop some around the sentiment actually, some of the silver ones. So we might go, I'll pop one there, and then I might pop one up the top there, and then I might pop one down here. There we are. So that's, oops, except that's crooked. So that's our first card, using all the bits and pieces. So that was nice and quick, wasn't it? So we'll pop that one aside. Now, the next one I think I'll do is this one here. I really like, yeah, I think it's a beautiful tree. Very simple. This is going to be a very, very simple one. So what I might do, I'm just trying to think what colours I might use here. Let's have a look how the cherry cobbler looks again. How the cherry cobbler looks, which is a bit darker in red. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm very into the traditional colours. I think I might do the cherry cobbler actually. Or the other option would be garden green, which, no, I think for this one I'm going to use the cherry cobbler. So I'm just going to make a standard size card for this. So I'm going to do 10.5 centimetres and cut it vertically. And then I think I might just do, what I'm going to do is actually cut that down a little bit on the sides, because this was actually designed for US size cards and ours are a little bit taller and a little bit narrower. So I'm just going to cut that down a little bit to compensate for that. But I am just going to literally do a layer of DSP and then pop this in the centre, because I think that's all we need for this one, with some embellishments. So when I do that, I do 10.2 centimetres wide. So, and then I do 14.5. So keep in mind everything that I'm showing you. If you buy that pack for $17.50 in Australia, you're going to have 4 times as much of the product that I've got here, because I've only got a quarter share. So you can see how for $17.50, how you get so many cards, so many Christmas cards out of it, which is fantastic value. Now we've got 2 options here. We can just leave that the same colour, but like I said, just leave as is. But like I said, I like to tie it in with the outside So I'm going to do a really thin mat, and I might just do, yeah, I might just do, and I'll do the same size. So I'll cut that one. Let's measure this. So this is nearly 8.6. So I want to do 8.9. 8.9 by 12.7 3. 8.9 by 13 centimeters. We'll do this one, the long one. 13. 8.9. So I've done pretty well with my Christmas cards this year. I've pretty much made them all for my team and friends, after I make like a few more with these products that I've got. And because we started so early with the Heart of Christmas blog hop, the Art with Heart team ladies, something we've been doing for, I think this might be the 8th year or the 7th year. We start a Christmas blog hop to give you lots of ideas for Christmas cards. So it's on every Monday night at 8 p.m. Melbourne time. And yeah, you can see lots of Christmas card ideas from our very clever team. I've got some amazing creators in there. And I participate most weeks. I wasn't able to participate last week, but all the other weeks definitely. So that's super pretty, I think. I really love that. So I'm not even going to put that up on dimensionals or anything. I'm just going to stick this straight to the card. Now, if you wanted to be very frugal with your paper, you could be cutting out the center of that paper before using it on the card so that you have it for additional projects. So what I need now is a sentiment. Now we've got this nice bright ho ho ho, which I really quite like. We've got love, peace, joy and hope. Let's see what other ones I've got. And I said, if you haven't got this ephemera, what you can do is you can use these. I've just seen that that's going to match really nicely, so I just need to pop that up there. You can just give yourself a Christmas sentiment, stamp it, and use that. Everyone's probably got a Merry Christmas stamp or something like that. I really like this ho ho ho. I think that is quite really all I need to pop on this one. Now, the big question is where it's going to go. I'm really struggling where to put this greeting. Actually, maybe I might pop it. Yeah, I might pop it down there. I think that's, and then I might use some of the gold druzy embellishments in between. See if they're small enough, or that bit overwhelming. I think they'll be okay. So one on there, one on there, and one on there, and then you've still got those other ones shining through as well. So there we go. There's our second Christmas card from the A Little Bit Festive. Didn't quite put enough. There we go. So that's 2 so far. We'll just get on to the next one, which I'm going to use this cute bear. Now for here, I think I might, just trying to think what I might use. Maybe I just need, it looks nice on that green, but I've got a couple of other options because I've got a couple of bits left over. So that looks quite nice as well. There's also this red ball. So I quite like that actually. So let me just see, I might pop it on, I want this one to be on white, this bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a garden green card. and I'm going to use a label shape, one of my label die cuts to, so I've got a couple of options. I've got the, let me just grab the dies and I'll show you the ones I've got. Okay, so the choices I have got for my white layer are, I really like this label in Citrus Blooms, but I think it might be a little bit big. So yeah, it's not going to show enough of my card. So no, I don't want to do that one, unfortunately, because I really love that. So we'll pop that. Yeah. The other ones which I sometimes use for these big layers is perennial postage. So we've got lots of different sizes here. So this second one down, that would be a good size. That leaves a little bit more of the paper to be shown. So that's an option. The other option is the deckled rectangles. Maybe this one. A little bit smaller. Quite like that as well, but there's something about the deckled bit that sometimes triggers me, if I must admit. So I think I'm not going to use that. That's really funny because I have used that, and I am like, I love vintage styles and old style cards, but it's just something about it some days. I think this is a bit more of a modern design, so maybe not. But this one here, this is really great, but whether or not it's going to be too big, the outline, yeah, it is going to be definitely too big. But that's really gorgeous as well. And the smaller one, I don't think is going to be big enough for us, because by the time we put all of these in, we could, but no. I really think the best one is the perennial postage. So let's go with that. So I'm going to cut that out of white cardstock. So just give me a minute. As with the last one, it's over on my other desk. So, okay, so here we are. I'm back with my die cut piece. So we could also do it this way, where we've got, but I think I like it sideways. Yeah, I think sideways is going to be better. Okay, so I want to cut this one down till it's a little bit smaller than my card. So we're just going to do that way. Not too fancy. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that one. So even if you just had white cardstock, that would, or very vanilla cardstock, that would coordinate really well with these too. You could, in fact, there's lots of colours which coordinate with it, so you could just use what you've got to put together your cards. Okay, this one I'm going to pop up, so, and I already know which, I think this will be a really nice one for children or grandchildren or nieces and nephews. I've got a little less than 1 year old great nephew. This will be perfect for him this year. So we'll be using a fun ho ho ho, or maybe there's a Dear Santa sentiment which I really like. So I want that to be sort of the middle of that. So I sort of want the edge to be about the same around there for good design. And then I'm going to pop this one down first, and I'm just going to put that one with glue or Stampin' Seal. I'm using Stampin' Seal because it just happened to be right there. I really like about these die cuts as well is that they have gold foiling on them, which really adds the wow to your cards too. So they're not really basic, and they're a really nice weight. So yeah, I'm happy with them. It's just sometimes you just need some quick and easy options. So I think I might do it like that. So, or maybe, no, I think I'm going to do it like that. We might pop the ball up. So yeah, as I said, sometimes, you know, for various reasons, whether you have arthritis in your hands and can't spend a lot of time card making, or you don't have a lot of space, or cost of supplies, you know, you don't need very many supplies to do this. If you've got a sentiment and an ink pad, and, you know, cardstock, like I said, you could just use white. Really, you get a lot of options with just purchasing this pack for $17.50. So I'm going to pop the ball about there because it's popping that up. So now we just need our sentiment, and so we've got this one here from the North Pole, which is nice. That potentially could use that one, or we could use Dear Santa. I think I'm liking from the North Pole, actually. Yeah, I think it gives a bit more colour in that corner. So we could even just pop it like that, or I could have it a little bit over the edge. I think I might do it a little bit over the edge. Okay, so you could put the druzy embellishments on here, but as I mentioned, I might send this one to my little nephew, great nephew. So I don't think I will put any of the embellishments on it, because he'll probably end up swallowing them if he actually grabs hold of the card or something. So I think I might just leave this one like that. It's nice and colourful, cute teddy, presents, a ball, all things kids would love. And from the North Pole. So that's 3 cards now, and you know, we're doing keeping pretty good pace, I think. So I've got some more. I'd like to end up at least with 5 cards for you, so let's keep going and see how we go. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one with the nice wreath. And while I was looking for some other things, I'm not sure I'm going to use it, but I found this cute tag. It might be a bit much. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit much if I use that, but it does blend in really nicely. I'll definitely be using that on some more. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this bit is on white, so that we get the effect of just the wreath and not the actual white outline. But I really liked this gingham as something different for Christmas. So what I think I will do is I think I'm going to use a bit of Night of, oh, actually maybe I could use one of these. No, I'm going to use this one just on Night of Navy. So just down the middle, 10.5. And I want to measure, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the width of the card. Just want to check that that's going to fit in there. Yep. So I'm going to have some of the paper at the top and at the bottom, but I'm going to have this in the middle. Now because this needs to be, let's see, needs to be, yeah, I think we'll do it 10.5 squared. So then that's going to leave 14.5, and I've got 10.5, so 2 centimeters at the top, 2 centimeters at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is do 10.2. I'm actually going to do the width 10.2. I'm going to do this bit 10.2. Make sure that still fits. Yes, still fits nicely. So I don't use all of this paper and hidden underneath. I'm just going to cut So if that's 10.2 foot in front, if I do 3 centimetres at the top and 3 centimetres at the bottom, we know that's going to be plenty to be covered. So do that. 3 centimetres at the bottom. So let's cut this card. Hay fever season in Melbourne, so I'm apologising if I'm sniffing a little bit. Probably not the most pleasant thing to listen to, but it's just, yeah, it's definitely hay fever season. They said it was going to be one of our worst seasons, but maybe some of the rain calmed down, but then we'll get all the new growth, especially of the grasses in a week or two, and that will cause things to flare up again, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of having plants and gardens, isn't it? I picked some roses today. I meant to get them before the rain came through, but surprisingly they weren't as ruined as I thought that they might be going to be. So I picked some beautiful roses today. I love my garden. It's definitely another passion besides paper craft. Okay, so we'll just make sure that that's all lined up. Sometimes things get a tiny bit out of whack. Yep, that's fine. So now we're going to pop this bit in the middle here, like so. Now what I might do is I might actually pop around the edge of that, is I might do one of the green colours in here. So I think this granny apple green will look really nice. This will be quite a nice bright with the colours in there. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of that. First of all, I'll cut a 10.5 so that I can use the other paper card. And then I am going to cut this one. Now I had 10.2, so I want 10.5. It's that 0.3 mil that I add on all the time. So I think, okay, what have I done? Done something wrong. Must have done 10.5. Yeah, I have done 10.5 by 10.5. I needed this bit to be 10.2, didn't I? The width. Okay, so the width is 10.2 and the height of it is 10.5 because I remembered I cut off the bit so that would fit on here. So now that should be the same width and the mat, small mat at the top and bottom. Voila. So let's pop that on. It's a little bit on that side, so I might just trim a tinsy bit. Whenever I try to do this though, I usually end up getting a rough edge, but no, that's not too bad. I hope I didn't cut too much off. No, not too bad, or maybe a little bit. Not too bad though, I think I can live with that. Okay, so we're going to pop that onto the card now. Some oopsies you can live with and some can't, right? And the best bit about being a card maker is there's always two sides to the cardstock. So I think we might pop that about there. Now I'm going to pop this bow up the top here. And so you need to pop that just on there so I can think about what sentiment I might use. I quite like this joy one here, but I also quite like this love, peace, joy and hope. let's see. Joy. I think that's been a bit of a clash between the navy and the pretty peacock. Maybe not. Let me think what else I've got. I've got this thinking of you, so I could maybe pop that. Oh yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Even though it's a different green. Quite like that. I could maybe cut that down, thinking and of you. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so we're going to put our wreath up on dimensionals. So let's do that. Okay. So pop that on, and then I'm going to pop that on with dimensioners as well. So if you're looking at any of these cards and you're saying, like that, in fact, I've got a really big Stampin' Up wish list. We've actually got a really great joining promotion on at the moment where you can get $289 of products of your choice, and you only pay $169, and you also get free postage on that $169. So you end up saving, if you had included an order of $289 and including the postage, it would have cost you $305, whereas instead you're paying $169. So you're saving $136 on that order, and you can pick whatever you want. In fact, you can also pick the Stampin' Up products which are only on demonstrator pre-order at the moment, and that's the next online exclusives, and they're really gorgeous as well. So there's some new things you can add, and also you can add any of the kits that are on special this month. So, you know, all of those things can be added into your starter kit to increase the value. So if that's something you might be interested in, be in contact and we'll have a conversation. I'm in Australia. I've been a demonstrator for 18 years now, and we've got a great team. A lot of the ladies are just there because they love Stampin' Up products and want to get the best value and the discount, and it's totally fine to be doing that. In fact, you'd be crazy not to if you love the products. That's one of the best ways. One of the best ways that you can get great value from the products. So you know, if that sounds interesting to you, let me know, and we can have a chat. That would be great. So I'm just thinking about adding this one here. I want to have a look at what other ones I've got. Let's have a look here. The reason being is I realized if I add that, it's got gold on it, and I had my heart set on using silver on this because of the navy. So I've got this 'Tis the Season one again here. Maybe I like that better. What do you think? Unfortunately, I can't see your answers live, so I'm going to assume that you said love that too, Claire. That looks great. So I might pop that at the side there. And then I'm going to need a little bit of a dimensional at the side there. Okay, so we're going to pop this like so, and it's got a little bit of a dimension underneath it. The other's attached by itself. Now what I think I'm going to do with the druze is I'd like to put a nice big one right in the center of our bow. So we'll do that there. And then I think I might put, let me think, one there, one there and one there maybe. No, I think I need something in here. One there and one there maybe. It's not giving it a really big visual triangle, but let's just try it. Pop it in lightly so we can move it if we need to. Yeah, I like this one, but that one's not doing it for me. But if I move it over here, that's not too bad. Really need a bit of balance here. So maybe I need one here, and then maybe I need the other one down here somewhere. And we'll just leave that space in the middle. No. I like it up there. See the decision-making process that goes on when you craft live? Yeah, I think it's up to you where you put yours. I suppose I could pop one down there as well. That would be breaking the rule of threes, but that sometimes doesn't matter. I think for balance, I'm going to pop one down there as well. I think it just really needed it. Yeah, I think I like that. So I really liked the silver with the navy and the cooler colours. So I wanted to use the silver. But that's that one done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to have a little break and I'll be back in a tick with the rest, but you won't know any difference because I'm going to turn the video off and turn it straight back on. Right, so we've made 4 and I'm going to make one more Christmas card live in the video. So we've done 4, that'll be 5. And then I will show you a couple of others that I've made, off camera that using these supplies. So, well, actually I didn't mean to do that. I meant to use a garden green one. So we're going to use a garden green base for this one. So for this last one, the 5th card, we're going to start with a garden green base, and then we are going to use this paper. So again, remember I cut everything 3 millimeters shorter. So I'm in Australia here, which is why I'm using metric. So we will do 10.2. So if you're in America or use the imperial measurements, I just make an 1/8 of an inch around each of the sides. So when I do my tutorials, which my PDF classes, I include all of the measurements in metric and imperial in those, and I start with the base of the imperial card size, the half 8.5 by 11. Folded in half, and then I make the measurements on that one as well. So I'll include the link below to my PDF store as well, because I've got lots of classes in there, but you can just download the class and use your own materials, so they might be handy for you as well, especially if you're a demonstrator, and you can use them in classes and stuff. In-person classes, not online, because that's what I've done in the process of producing them. Okay, so I've gone for 14.5 by 10.2. And we're going to pop that on. Okay. Okay, so we've got that one there. And then we're going to put this over the top. Now, because I want to put things, we're actually going to be I'm doing it long ways because we're going to do it like that. But I also want to do a mat around the outside in Night of Navy. So I'm actually going to chop this down a little bit at the side, so I've still got room for some of that paper to show. So probably only about 0.3 of a centimetre on each side, which makes it a bit uneven, but I really don't think you'll notice, whereas I do think. Okay, so I've got a piece of basic white that I want to just put behind that to cover, so that that's what the middle bit will look like. So I'll just put this from the outside. Like so. Okay, so and then I want to have the Night of Navy mat, so I might measure this and just add 0.3 on each side, which would be needing to know where my ruler is. So we are at 9, so we need 9.3 by, we are at, need my glasses, 12.7. So we need 9.3 by 13. .3 by 13. So hopefully I got that right. Look at that, perfect. So we're going to pop that on. Now that's not the same color as the outside, but I just wanted to have a little bit of contrast. The reason is I'm going to be using these on there, and there's a little bit of the navy blue on there as well. So let's pop this on. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to line up where these are going to go. And we don't need that bit yet. I'm going to line up where these go. And then I'm going to grab my Night of Navy marker. Now, hang on, I think I might do it like that, because then I want to put the sentiment at the side here. And there. So what I want to do is put a little X under where these are going to go, about the center. You're like, ah. The reason I'm doing that is I want to make sure that one's going to be, yeah, they're fine. The reason I'm doing that is I want to draw a line with my marker that would be like the string on the string on the bauble. So that one, and then that one, okay. And so then when we pop those on, they're going to be in the right spots, like so. Whoops, took that off by mistake. So what we might do is we might pop, in fact I might pop maybe even overlapping a little bit. So I'm going to put this one on just with Stampin' Seal or glue. Might be able to hear my son and my hubby having dinner in the background, having chicken tacos, and I'm not really, the seasoning gives my stomach a bit of an issue, so Oops, so I don't usually have that, and I wanted to make these for you. So now we're going to put a few dimensionals on this one. Okay, so this one's need to be a little bit straighter. The baubles. So now we're going to put one of these on the top of each one. So, and like so. And then we are going to use this thinking of you, and we're going to, as I mentioned in that last one, what I might do is cut this at the thinking bit and do it, attach it that way. So do the thinking, it's pretty straight, and then of you. So when you've got a sentiment that's a little bit longer than the space, that's what you can do. You can cut it in half and sort of double it up like that. You could also, if you had some Night of Navy twine or something, could do a bow on those. I'm not going to bother with this one. I have actually got some gold. You could also use some gold thread and pop some of that in the middle as well behind, which would be quite nice. In fact, I might quickly do that. Can't quite find that at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that as is for the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add some dimensionals to this before we add it to the card. Then what I'm going to do is just finish those other two cards, find the gold thread, and I will come back and show you all of the finished cards after I've done this. There we go. All right, give me a moment and I will find the bows, finish the other card, and then we will go from there. Okay, I'm back to show you the last, remember I said I was going to go away and find that gold thread? Well, I did. Now this is actually coming out, it's called Twisted Gold Thread. It's actually coming out in the, this is an old one that I had, but a similar product is coming out in the online exclusives available at the start of November. So if you're looking for something like that, you can grab that. But I just added that behind the baubles, and I think that really lifted that card. I just felt that it needed something a bit more glimmery. So I just popped a glue dot behind the bauble, top bit of the bauble, and popped the double, I've done it double bow, popped it there, and then just popped it back down, pushed it back down. So I really like how that lifted that card. So that's that one. Two other cards that I put together out away from the camera that feature these products as well. This one here, so this Merry Christmas is from the Joyful Images ephemera. The same things where I got these bits. So I've just included one of the gift die cuts and some of that gorgeous glimmer, gorgeous gingham paper, and that's one of the gold dipped cards, and some of the druzy embellishments. And this one here, I wanted to use that gorgeous Christmas tree. So what I have done is I've used the Humble Home stamp set to create this little house to go next to it in real red to coordinate with the tree. And the Merry Christmas is also from the Humble Home stamp set. And if I could find that, I would show you, but here we go. This one here, and it comes with a punch that you can cut it out with as well, which is super cute. So it makes it really easy. So the Humble Home bundle is in the mini catalogue as well. So I've done that in real red and popped next to the Christmas tree. I think that turned out super easy as well. So that was another way to use one of those greetings, one of those die cuts, and just add a little bit of extra. So in the end, we ended up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So I'm happy with that. And like I said, that was these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was just using a quarter of a pack of the products. So you can make stacks if you get the whole lot, like for $17.50, and then you don't even need, to have these extra bits and pieces. I just wanted to show you. I don't want to show you products just by themselves. I want to show you how you can incorporate them with other things that you might have as well, and how to embellish them to, lift them and that how you might like. Hopefully you will click that, hit that bell, so you'll be, and also subscribe to my channel, and that way you will know when some new videos come out. And looking forward to making those for you. We've got lots of new products coming, and I can't wait to show you them all.